Fabian, to get yourself twice back into the game and having the opportunities to win it right at the very end, is that frustration, disappointment, or are you happy overall with the manner in which your team played?
No, I just came from the locker room, and it was a very disappointing feeling because I think we deserved to win. We had big chances, especially in the second half. We dominated the game in our way, in our style, and therefore I'm happy with the performance. Of course, you have to accept the result, but in the end, I always want to focus also on the performance, and I see a lot of positive things today. So it's good to be disappointed, but we should keep focusing also on the performance, and there were a lot of positives today.
Feeling ultimately it's 2 points dropped, aren't you, with the manner in which you had those chances at the end?
Yeah, for sure, but in the end I think we were not effective enough. So we had the chance, but we were not clean enough, we were not calm enough in the opponent's box, and therefore we have to learn from these things. In the end we didn't win this game, not because of the chances, because of the behavior we showed in the first half by giving 2 easy goals away, 2 cheap goals, by having the own ball possession, and therefore we have to improve, do it better the next time, and then we can see how far this development can go.
You talk about the development, how far it can go. It's come a long way since that Nottingham Forest game. Was that in a way not a turning point, but has it brought you closer together as players, as a unit? This
group is always a group of togetherness, and I felt it from the first day, and I don't think that this value missed in any game or wasn't there in any moment of the season so far. It is more the fact that we need to understand what effort you need to win Premier League games, and it is by doing the basic things right. Try to outrun the opponent, try to sprint more than opponent, try to win more personal duels, do the basic things right. And I think these things we did today quite well, and therefore we have to keep pushing.
So these basic things you will have to do better when you come back off the international break in terms of the run-in to achieve what you want to do and get this season.
Yeah, I think that's our identity, so it's important to understand why we're in the situation where we are at the moment, so we can compete with one of the best teams in the Premier League, and therefore it's important why we can do it. And exactly these things we have to keep pushing after the international break. We have to focus on the little percentage, on the little margins, because in the end the little margins will decide in the Premier League if you win a game or not, and therefore we have to focus on these things. But overall, it's now important that every player who is away has a very positive trip, and the others regenerate so that we come back in a strong, and mentally and physically in a strong shape.
But lastly, to come back in a positive way that is injury-free, ready with the determination to go.
Healthy is the most important, and then of course I want that they're all successful. I think it's a big honor to play for their country, and therefore I cross the fingers for them that they will have a very successful and of course healthy trip.
Jack, how do you reflect on a point?
Yeah, I think obviously when you come to Man City, I think it's a tough place to come. No matter what stage they're in, we know obviously they've not been their best this season, but it's still a really hard place to come. But I think both teams had chances. You know, they hit the post. Carlos had one at the end. I should have squared one at the end. But I think in the end we'll take a point.
Yeah, those 2 chances at the end, Baleba shooting over the bar and your opportunity to cross the ball as well. Will you be replaying that tonight in your mind?
Yeah, definitely. I think for the rest of the game that was playing on my mind. Now obviously you've got to forget it quickly, but yeah, I thought the defender was going to cut off the cutback, so I've tried to go for goal, but I think on reflection I've got to cut it back. But you know, you can't always get these decisions right in football, and we come away today with a point, so it's better than nothing.
Yeah, and it says a lot that you come into somewhere like the Etihad Stadium and being disappointed with just a point. That's a measure of how well you played today and the progress that you're making this season as well.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think the run we're on, we've gone into every game believing we can beat anyone, and you know, we're in a good place. The change room's in a good place. We're all fighting for each other. The fans have been unbelievable. So if we can keep this momentum going, it's going to be hard to stop us.
The goal went down as an own goal, but will you try and have a word and claim it?
I don't know. I think it's probably fair. It was going off target, I'd say, but if they can try get it to me, then that'd be greatly appreciated. But yeah.
Just finally, it's only a point now separating you from the top 4. Obviously, the top 5 yet could be a Champions League spot for the club. Obviously, you've been around it for a while now to understand what that would mean. You're getting closer to what would be a huge dream for Brighton. How much of a motivation is there to get over the line now and push into those places in the games that are remaining?
Yeah, definitely. You know, last season we had a taste of what Europe can be like, and as a club we are just driving every day to get back to that feeling, because we know that them games are special. And yeah, you know, it'd be a great achievement for the club if we can finish in that top, what is it, 5 or top 7 for Europe. So yeah, we're definitely pushing.
Jan-Paul, it was a bruising match out there at time. You've got some scars and some wounds from it. But how do you reflect on the performance and the result today?
A bit mixed. I think, of course, when you play 2-2 against a really strong team, then you could be happy. But if you see some chances of us in the second half, then maybe you could score 2 more, and then maybe you could have the win. But yeah, in the end, it's a good result, I think.
How much were you playing through the pain barrier there? You went down in the first half, and then you certainly got a knock as well in the second half.
Yeah, no, of course, you play against physical players and really strong, and then you need to put your body on the line, and that's what I did. And then sometimes you get a knock and you stand up, and then you go again, and then get another knock. But this game was maybe a bit more than normal, but that's okay.
And that's the mentality I think that your manager is looking for. He talks a lot about hard work and all the things that you showed today.
Yeah, no, I think you could see the effort we put in, and that's now every week, and that's our standard. And then you can go anywhere and win. We're almost disappointed that we didn't win, so that's already a good sign. And I think the boys did well.
What is the general feeling in there? That just spoke to your manager, and he said that he feels that you should probably have taken the victory today. Is it a disappointed dressing room right now, or are you happy to take the point?
Yeah, I think it's mixed feelings. I know it can also go both ways. They hit the post as well, and then we get some big chances. So yeah, mixed feelings. And then I think tomorrow we look at the table and we didn't lose. We could be maybe a bit better in the table, but it could be worse as well. So I'm looking like this.
You're still very much in the fight for European football, potentially for top 4 and Champions League. Is it an exciting time to be a Brighton player?
No, it's. I think it's really good. I think if you see our last performances, and I think the fans are enjoying it, we are enjoying it, and the mentality is good. So we keep going, and we're looking forward to the last 9 games and the FA Cup.